Hello. So, what does everybody think about the we're all on lockdown? That's what I'm thinking, and I'm sitting here developing some recipes and writing them up and things like that. So, I've got I'm having a really good time, but I'm really interested um, what other people thinking about some weird and wonderful thoughts that have been going through my head. So I've been taking a lot of time, like everybody else has, on looking at YouTube and all that sort of things. And I've been looking at people who call themselves influencers. And when I say that, I want to do this, and I have no idea why, but that's what I want to think. And as much as I get what influencers are all about because it's the new way of marketing and it's fabulous. One of my strange things that's popped through my head is I was thinking about the how what influencers use or how they're using the internet for self promotion, which is fabulous. Uh, and one of the things I've seen lots of people sort of being trolled for licking. I mean, how licking toilet seats and to get more likes on social media and things like that. So some weird and wonderful things happening there. Um, and I think one person's just, as a practical joke on April the 1st, said that they had COVID-19, and then, whoops, it's a bit of a joke. Not a joke, not a funny, guys. Some people are dying out there, so let's take this seriously. But what was going on in my mind was, when this is all over and we're all in lockdown, I wonder how many people are going to be. Are we going to have a birth? I'm trying to say this nicely, but I'm just wondering if we're going to have a um, a baby boom. That's the word I'm looking for. And I wonder if influencers who are on lockdown will use that as a thing to get them more views and all that sort of thing. So it's really interesting. My mind's just going off on these weird tangents. Um, that's something I was thinking about. Just very odd. Another thing that my weird brain was thinking about in relation to influencers and things like that, and also stars. I'm really interested about we're all confined to in our houses and flats and things like that with the people we love, and some of us are very lucky. And I get on quite well with Mr. G, which is very nice, and he gets on quite well with me, which is lovely. But there've got to be people out there who um, gosh, who are cooped up with people they don't like in relationships. And so I was having a think the other day about what about people who maybe were having affairs and they were cooked up. I mean, not only if you, I guess, I've never done it, but if you have an affair, I'm sure there are ways of communicating. But if you're locked up with your partner and you're having an affair with somebody else, please tell me how that happens that you can still communicate. So my thoughts went on to, do these people, will they find out the partners and get a divorce afterwards? What is the divorce rate going to go up? Or will be isolated with the partners away from the people that are having affairs? Will this sort of make communication better, and will they start getting back together and reconciling and just having, because you're in one spot, you can't not talk about stuff unless you're just at either ends of the, the house all the time. So that's another thing. And the third thing was, I'm not quite sure whether I should mention this, but how many people are going to be getting angry and sort of trying to, uh, will there be any deaths from isolation that aren't virus related? I think I'm trying to be really nice and say that. So these are just the thoughts that are running through my head, and I just wondered if anybody else had any thoughts before I get back to my recipe developing and the Foodie Book Club, which obviously you all following that, maybe. So yeah, these are just all the random thoughts that I had about being isolated. And let me know what you think if you're out there. And I'm guessing nobody's even listening to this, but I just like to get my rambling thoughts and keep. The more time I have in my home office, Mr. G's in his office, and he's probably hearing me ramble on about this, and he'd probably in a minute going, "Are you talking to yourself?" Um, the more my head goes into very strange places, and I start going to thinking weird and wonderful things. I'm also thinking that if I was a fiction writer, I'd be on it about this. Hope somebody's writing a book about what's going on in people's houses right now. Or I'm thinking maybe after this is all over, there'll be a lot of plays about this. And if there are any up and budding playwrights who want to take some of those details and let me know what's going on, okay. Anyway, my thoughts. I'm starting to ramble now, so I'll see you next time.